Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to practice using the author tags a little bit. If you remember, what we wanted to do is display the author name, link to their page, include a featured bio on the single post page, create an author.php template using the author tags, and display the author gravatar somewhere. So let me show you how I approach this, and your approach may be different, and as long as you got everything in place and you feel good about it, then you did a good job. So starting over on the index of my site, you could see that I'm using the link to the author page, and I'll show you that in a second, and that's just going in the byline. And then if I click into the single blog post, you could see I've got the post, and then I've got this featured author area here, and if we click on a different post, we could see the author of that there. And if you click into a specific one, you'll get that same set of code. So it looks similar, but it's consistent, and I think it looks pretty good. I chose not to do something different there, and I'll show on the code in a second how and why. And then it lists their posts underneath as you would expect. And then over here in the sidebar, I've also included the site authors so that I could easily click between them and go to their corresponding pages. So in the code, let's start in our index.php file, and you could see that I'm simply pulling in the byline here. So if I jump into the byline here, you could see that I'm going with the author posts link, and that will link to their author archive page. Now if I go into my single.php, down at the bottom here, you could see that I pull in, let's see, where is it? Here we go. Get template part author bio. So this is separate than the byline, and if I come into this file, you could see that this is what I'm going to be using on both the archive page and the single page. We've got the author bio class in H2 with the link of it. We're getting their avatar by passing in get the author meta ID, and remember, you use get here because if you tried to use the, it would try to output this value directly in as a parameter, which is not what you want. You want get the author ID, which will just return a value that can be passed in as a parameter. Then I'm getting their description. There's a little bit of CSS going on. And yes, I have if the current user can edit users. And you may not know about this, but we'll look at it shortly. Current users can test certain privileges, and there's a whole set of privileges you could test against. So if this person has the ability to edit users, then go ahead and edit that user, allow that link there using the get edit user link. So then if I were to come onto my author page, you could see at the top there, I'm pulling in that same get template part author bio. So the reason I did it this way is with one file, I could change it in both places. You may decide in your site you want something custom and set up differently. That is completely fine. This is just the approach I took. Now to point out the last little thing we did here, again, this was the same as we saw in the demo, the sidebar.php. I am simply putting out the site authors here in an H3 tag and then WP list authors. So you could choose to have that. Maybe you don't want that on your site. Maybe you want it in a different place, but now you know how to work with author tags. So at this point, with your own project that you're building, go ahead and lock down how you want to be linking to authors, how you want to be displaying them, all of that information, and get comfortable with different things that you might have to do with displaying authors in WordPress.